It would appear to me, ladies and gentlemen, that part of gang stalking is allowing former enemies or people in your past who you may have not gotten along with, or perhaps people in your past that you've had conflicts or confrontations with, being able to get back at you through your gang stalking campaign by causing accidents, catastrophes, cataclysms, various deleterious circumstances, and disruptions in your personal and professional lives through the synchronization mechanism. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, these enemies, these past persons who you've had various conflicts with or perhaps confrontations with, they know they've tapped into your gang stalking campaign. It's not a situation where they accidentally send a signal or they accidentally say something out loud or they accidentally do this or that. There is an active mechanism, an active and identifiable mechanism that allows people that you've known in years past who may have had problems with you, or you may have had problems with them, or perhaps you were fierce competitors or rivals, or perhaps you were bitter enemies. Okay, if you're a targeted individual and you've had your name and your vital statistics entered in the right places, by the right people, and in the right manner, that facilitates a clandestine gang stalking campaign, your enemies, ladies and gentlemen, are able to somehow either find it out or become alerted to the fact that you're a targeted individual, and they can actually plug themselves into your gang stalking campaign and cause disasters. So much for life, liberty, and happiness, ladies and gentlemen. So much for the Declaration of Independence, ladies and gentlemen. So much for the U.S. Constitution, ladies and gentlemen. So much for states' rights. And so much for the constitutions of the states. In addition to those states' rights, all 50 states are lock, stock, and barrel in tune with clandestine gang stalking. And it makes you chuckle a little bit because about 15 years ago, there was sort of a boom in the United States, a socio-political boom, where everybody wanted their rights respected. We want our rights respected. No, we want our rights respected. They want their rights respected. No, they want their rights respected. We all want our rights respected. Some of us are going to defect from the Republicans. Some of us are going to defect from the Democrats. Some of us are going to join libertarians. Some of us are going to join constitutionalist parties. Some of us are going to join the Tea Party. Some of us are going to join this party and that party and those parties and these parties, so we can all have more rights under the United States Constitution. But it got to a point, ladies and gentlemen, where all that went out the window because people started plugging into gang stalking campaigns and they were like, wow, this makes me feel powerful. You mean to tell me that the state is going to allow me to participate in a signaling mechanism where I could just walk outside my door, take a signal to a person, and essentially pester that person in a way that is so annoying that it borderlines on physical violence and get away with it? And I could teach my wife and kids to do the same when they're out and about. You mean to tell me that there are annoyance tactics that I can tap into to get rid of people that I don't like, or maybe if somebody's around me that I don't want around me, or if somebody sits down next to me in a restaurant and I don't want them around my family? You mean to tell me that there are signals that I can look for that are provided by the state that will allow me the opportunity to pester and annoy people endlessly and without any consequences under the law? Well, sign me up, sign my family up. mentality that a lot of gang stalkers have. And the thing about it too is they're not acting on their own behalf. They're not acting on their own power. They're acting on the power of somebody else. Somebody else is giving them a signal. Somebody else is telling them what to do, and they're following it like a well-trained dog. They're following signals to this location or that location, to this place or that place. Doing what other people tell them to do so they can earn social credit and become the best gang stalker they can be under the United States Constitution. So, ladies and gentlemen, it begs the suspension of disbelief to think that something like this can happen in a country that has always billed itself as the freest country on earth. It's possible that in principle you have more documented liberties here in the United States than anywhere else, but those documented liberties fall short when you have organized mobs of people that take signals on a daily basis, some of which are at work when they take them, some of them are at home when they take them, some of them are at the grocery store when they take them, some of them are at another establishment when they take them. Some people take these signals and do that garbage in church. In the name of the Savior Jesus Christ, and do so without batting an eye. So it's difficult to gauge what this program would need. What has this mechanism done to people? What has it turned the U.S. populace into? What has it turned United States society into? What's it turned the political establishment of this country into? It's turned them into soulless, pandering beings floating through this world. And there appears to be absolutely no shame in the game of gang stalkers. They will do anything to anybody, again, man, woman, child. It does not matter. All they need is a signal which gives them the green light to do these things, and they will go up to you and pester you. Now, I'm going to address something real quick, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to address this detail that I have.